How can we use from Korean conference?
Nicolina, not many women have courage to start their own business. What do you think can be done to improve women's self-esteem?
Yes, Doris, I can't agree more with you that not many women have courage to start their own business, and it has a lot to do with the self-esteem. And building the self-esteem is a long-term process, and it begins early in childhood. So it has a lot to do with the stories that children are faced with and the education process. And I can say with certainty that in many countries textbooks offer gender stereotyped occupational roles that discourage girls from taking initiatives, from working in the public sphere, and encourages them to stay at home and, being good mothers and being housewives. So changing this content in the textbook is a starting point for increasing the self-esteem. And I would like to ask you something. What do you think can be done to increase women's self-esteem through media? Because women are portrayed in that public sphere through media as being weak.
So I think it's necessary to promote a better image of women through media. For example, by using role models of successful women. Also in cartoons, I think.
That's true. That's true. Well,
If I'd like to have a baby, many things could change at work in that period. That's why I need a special training program to keep in touch with increasing technologies.
Not only even trainings, sometimes I need a mentor or counsel at my workplace, because sometimes I feel more comfortable asking a woman, because I know that she will never think that I'm stupid enough and I'm not qualified for asking these questions.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the more role models we have, the easier it is for us to identify and try new things. And if I can give an example, I know that, for example, in Lebanon, there are two organizations, the Lebanese League for Businesswomen and the Women in IT, and they give you all the recommendations, and they tell you what happens in the law and what are your rights, and they help you find special trainings. So maybe that can answer what you were saying about the need for a training to fit in a specific need.
Yes, I totally agree.
Me too.
Women usually compete with each other and rarely cooperate. They lack networking. In your opinion, how can we solve this problem?
I think women, they need to arrange different meetings, two different programs, face-to-face meetings as well, where they can share their own experience, personal success stories, and also international experience as well. And also I would like to mention that there are possibilities to talk through social media as well.
But in some countries, this program and these things already exist. How can we improve them?
If we think about for long term, we need to think about establishing large-scale programs and also to establishing women centers where they can implement for long-term projects.
How can we use from Korean conference?
Stop discrimination against women in business.
Banks specialized in financing women projects should be established. Governments all over the world should make and empower laws that initiate and encourage banks to give microcredits with no interest to women so that they can start their own projects. Financial training for women should be guaranteed to empower and guide them in using this money.
And do not forget the example of Bank of Poor, a project to empower poor people launched by Peace Nobel Prize Muhammad Yanis from Bangladesh, a project that helped poor women buy cellular phones and basket-weaving materials.
Make laws to recognize domestic work and guarantee payment for it in countries that lack these laws. Women are not competing men, but sharing and caring the power of one in their families. So please stop discrimination against women in business.